Alright, what's going on? It's that boy Fred. Welcome back to another video. Now we got the big boy versus battle going on today. We have Naruto Uzumaki versus Sasuke Uchiha. Now, of course, we've seen these two fight on multiple occasions, but you know, as it says right here, I'm pretty sure it was kind of hard to see on the thumbnail, but as I got it up on the screen now, this is all form. So we're going to be talking about from the start of the show to the end of the show. I picked out roughly, I want to say I counted about 13 to 14 different forms that we're going to talk about in this video. So it's going to be, I don't know, I honestly don't even know if it's going to be a long one. I was going to say it's going to be a long one, but I really don't even know. I would assume it might be a decently long one, so we might as well sit back and enjoy the show. So I'm not even going to waste too much time. I'm going to get right into the first one. The beginning of the series, Naruto versus Sasuke. I think pretty comfortably Sasuke wins that one. Naruto, at his disposal right about now, he's not really had very much training whatsoever. He just was able to get the multi-shadow clone jutsu. Now Sasuke, on the other hand, we learned a little bit more about him. You know, he had his training with Itachi as a kid. He knows the fireball jutsus. You know, he just knows just a little bit more. Even in the academy, we were able to see the difference between Naruto and Sasuke. So yeah, I don't think that's very much of a debate. Naruto and Sasuke very easily wins that one. Now, next, I'm going to be talking about the tuning exams. I'm going to kind of like skip over the Land of Waves because I don't really feel like it changes very much. So, yeah, talking about the tuning exams, this basically, you know, the second part when Konoha's destruction happened. So, basically, at the end of that, Naruto now knows the summoning jutsu. He's really good with the multi-shadow clone jutsu by now. You know, Sasuke's actually learned a lot more. He has his curse mark now that he technically can't control. He has Chidori now. You know, he's better as a fighter at taijutsu and all that. His Sharingan's improving. Now, this, when I was looking over all this stuff, this one and like one other one was the only two that I'm not really just 100% sure about. Because this one really can go either way. You know, I know a lot of people might go with Sasuke in this situation because honestly, at this point in time, I do believe Sasuke is slightly faster than Naruto. So that does give him one edge. And then Naruto doesn't have a Rasengan at this point in time, so he can't battle out Sasuke's Chidori. He literally has to either dodge it or like throw a shadow clone in front of him so that shadow clone can take it. But as we've seen from what the Chidori can do, you can hit it into something and keep it going and like keep hitting multiple targets. As we've seen later on in Shippuden with Sasuke's training and even Kakashi as a kid, we were able to see that. Not to say, you know, this Sasuke is at that level with his Chidori, but you know, we get an image of what you can do with a Chidori. So with that being said, it's really hard for me to like not give it to Sasuke, but it's something that like tells me to give it to Naruto because of Gamabunta. Because when Naruto was fighting Gaara, like Sasuke was literally like, what the hell is Naruto? Like, when did you get this? Like when he summoned Gamabunta, Sasuke was absolutely shook. Like, not to say that, you know, Sasuke was completely scared of him, but like he was shook by this. He was like just as shook as when Neji seen Lee open the 3rd, 4th, and 5th gate. Like he was actually shook at when Naruto had this. Like he didn't know he had something like this. So, and then Naruto significantly got stronger like in that battle. So it's like, I feel like I want to give this one to Naruto. And you know, since it's, you know, my video, I think I am going to give it to him. I'm not going to, you know, really go off what other people would probably say, because I'm gonna be honest, I feel like majority of people probably would give this to Sasuke, but I'm gonna give it to Naruto. You know, if you disagree, of course, leave it down below. We can talk about it. Now, the next Naruto and Sasuke I want to talk about is basically Naruto after the Tsunade retrieval arc. So basically after Naruto has gotten Rasengan, basically after the whole Jiraiya training is what I want to call it. So now Sasuke has been training. Naruto has went on his journey to go and get Tsunade and all this other stuff. So now both of them are significantly stronger. But as we all know, I'm pretty sure most people seen this and most people remember this. We all seen what would have happened on that rooftop had both of them collided. Sasuke would have been no more. Let's say that. Sasuke would have been gone and heaven sent if that Rasengan would have hit him. Because the difference between their power and those water supplies towers, yeah, it was tremendous. Naruto's Rasengan was way more powerful than Sasuke. So yeah, at that point in time, Naruto takes that dub. So now we have a 2-1 lead for Naruto. Now we have the Sasuke retrieval arc, which is another one that we've already seen. So Sasuke already takes that dub. You know, it honestly, but to be real with y'all, I still have very mixed feelings about the Sasuke and Naruto fight, because it honestly is one of my favorite fights in Naruto. I even bought the a 3-in-1 manga that literally just has the entire fight, because I love that fight so much, and I go back and watch it sometimes, all the time. Like I really enjoy the fight. But see, the thing about that fight is, I really feel like it made good for the show, but I really feel like Sasuke cheated in that final clash. That little stab that he did to Naruto was really cheap. I'm not even gonna lie. But I mean, at the end of the day, he still did win, so I can't argue that like Naruto would win when we clearly seen what would have happened. So now it's 2-2. Now next forms is gonna be beginning of Shippuden, and once again, this is another one which we seen. Sasuke was about to wipe out that whole team 7. One Kirin and that would have been a wrap. Like, Sasuke is easily above everyone there. He's speed blitzing. He speed blitzed Naruto. He speed blitzed literally everyone there. Like, had Orochimaru not stopped him, the show would have ended right there. So yeah, Sasuke easily destroys that beginning of Shippuden Naruto. Now, so that's 3-2 to Sasuke. Now, the next form I want to talk about is, I don't really know if you want to call it a form, but this is like their next big power-ups in the series, and it's closely around the same time. So now we have Rasen Shuriken Naruto, the one against Kakashi, not Sage Mode, so it's still incomplete. And then we have Sasuke absorb the Orochimaru. Now the thing about this is, I'm pretty sure most people can agree, if Sasuke does get hit with that Rasen Shuriken, he's gonna die. Like, that thing destroys people on a molecular level. There's nothing Sasuke's gonna do to like avoid that death. Kakashi literally had like 2 hearts in him and got obliterated by it. Mans could not even move. So yeah, if that Sasuke, I'm sorry for stuttering my words, if that Sasuke takes one of those Rasen Shurikens, he is gonna die. But the only problem is, at this point in time, Sasuke is still probably faster than Naruto. So honestly, and then also another thing that plays in the factor here is that when Naruto and Orochimaru were fighting, Orochimaru was really like, he was genuinely confident that the Sasuke that didn't have him absorbed at the moment, basically beginning of Shippuden Sasuke, he was very confident that Sasuke could still beat the Four Tails Naruto that he's going against now. Because I mean, Orochimaru at the same time, while he was like playing around with Naruto, he realized very soon after that like his Kusanagi sword could not even pierce this man. Like, his body was that hard. And then Orochimaru, he did his triple Rashomon summoning, and Naruto's, I want to say, it was either a tail beast bomb or some type of blast, like shot down all those things in a heartbeat. So it's like, if you want to take that into factor, you can say that, you know, Sasuke, you know, could lose, but like Orochimaru's statement is pretty solid. But the only problem, like I said again, is that Orochimaru started to get beat eventually. So I mean, granted, he didn't have arms, but he was very like laughing confident that Sasuke could beat this Naruto right here. But eventually he started losing like kind of bad, because Naruto, like anything he was throwing at him, Naruto was just tanking it, and he was like, Orochimaru was borderline running for his life. So it's like, that one I really don't know, because you know, like, you never want to throw Naruto's 9 tails, you know, out of the way, because in the moment of Sasuke, if he can't control himself, he's gonna like rage out, and the 9 tails is gonna leak out. So he's bound to grow tails no matter which one until he controls it in KCM. So it's like even though I know if he goes in the tail, he won't be able to use the Rasen Shuriken, like it's really like hard to tell which one will win, because I honestly don't know if Sasuke would beat this Naruto. I don't know if Naruto will beat this Sasuke. I'm gonna leave that one to y'all down below, but for right now the score is still 3-2. We'll just leave that one out in the open. Now, Sage Mode Naruto versus EMS Sasuke, basically Sasuke after the Itachi fight, because this is that's their next power up. Yeah, Sage Mode Naruto rips him in half. Sage Mode Naruto tears up base EMS Sasuke. And this isn't base EMS Sasuke that went to the 5 Kage Summit. This is the one fresh out of the Itachi fight. So he probably barely has like skeletal Susanoo. Like he probably just has the rib cage. So basically, also like to just carry on that point is the fact that basically Zetsu just flat out told Sasuke that Naruto's stronger. Like he didn't even beat around the bush. He just flat out said, yeah, Naruto's stronger than you, and Sasuke just kind of laughed it off. So basically, yeah, that wraps up that. Sage Mode Naruto beats EMS, not EMS, MS Sasuke, fumbling. Now, moving on to the next thing, it takes quite a while. I mean, we can compare Sage Mode Naruto to EMS Sasuke, but it's not gonna change anything. Oh no, let me rephrase that. It changed a lot. Sasuke destroys him now. So now moving on to the next one. So that gives, it's a 4-3 win right here for Sasuke. So now we're talking about EMS Sasuke versus KCM1. Now I have always been a firm believer that EMS Sasuke is stronger than KCM1 Naruto, because just solely because like they're still relatively like close in speed and stuff. So like it really takes Naruto to get to KCM to start like really arguing like he beats this EMS Sasuke, because EMS Sasuke is really freaking like he's really broke, and his Susanoo like constantly evolves, because when he first gets his Mangekyo, he just has the bottom half, and then once he gets EMS, he eventually gets legs. And you know, Naruto and KCM1 just doesn't have the feats for me to prove that he can take down a Susanoo that can walk. Granted, it's not no perfect Susanoo. It's not even the Susanoo that Madara used, like with those clones with, and those clones were probably just as big as a perfect Susanoo. They just didn't have the wings. Those clones were humongous. So yeah, Sasuke takes that 5-3 for him. Now we're gonna be talking about EMS Sasuke versus KCM2 Naruto. Now this is the second one I was talking about that was a pretty difficult one, because it's okay. The thing about it is, it's like Naruto gets significantly stronger now, because now Kurama's giving him his power. So now he can whip out a tail beast that's just as big as like it's Kurama's chakra. And so like Naruto gets really strong, but it's like Sasuke still, Sasuke is so much stronger than KCM in my opinion. He's stronger by a significant amount. So it's like he basically just barely catches up to Sasuke. So now they're borderline evenly matched at this point, if you ask me. So now it's like, you know, it's another really hard one that I honestly don't know if I'll be able to come to a conclusion in this video. It may be for another video, because KCM2 Naruto is like, he definitely has some really crazy feats, because he's not in Sage Mode yet. That's gonna be the next one. So it's like Naruto's like got way faster, he got stronger, and now he can use Kurama's avatar. But you know, Sasuke is still so, at this point in the story, like he's still so strong, because like I said earlier, his Susanoo has legs, his Susanoo's more you know, he is durable, he has the EMS, so he's not running low on chakra, you know, when using the Sharingan as much. So basically Sasuke can use flame control Amaterasu, you know, without like killing his eyes now. So it's really hard. I mean, we've seen Naruto be able to rip off Amaterasu, but that was Final Valley, so I don't really know if I want to use that right now. Like I think this is the second one. I'm gonna just leave it up to y'all, so we'll just stalemate it that. So you know, the score right now should be about 5-3 still. Yeah, so now moving on to KCM Sage Mode versus EMS. KCM Sage Mode rips EMS in half. I'm confident. Sage Mode is an extremely big buff, because now Naruto is dummy physically strength. Like his physical strength is like extremely dummy, like it's top tier now, because at this point in the story, Sage Mode already, like shown from the pain fight, it's a really big amp to physical strength. So now Naruto has the physical strength to probably punch Sasuke and whop that Susanoo around, and like it's not that big of a deal now because he has the physical strength to back him up. Beforehand, I didn't think Naruto did have the physical strength. I just thought he had more like ninjutsu and, well, let me not say ninjutsu, but variations of the Rasengan and ways to use Kurama. But I now feel like Sage mode, KCM Sage mode Naruto definitely does beat EMS Sasuke. Now on to the next one. It takes quite a while before they get their next buff. But then we have the final valley, Naruto and Sasuke, and we seen that fight. We seen it. And for all you people out there that think Sasuke is stronger somehow, some way, and they stalemated, they didn't stalemate. Naruto is clearly stronger. I have a friend that I will sit here and argue with for an hour and a half if we ever got on the phone and we got in a Discord or something like that and talked about this, we would argue for an hour and a half, because he is a firm believer that they stalemated. And I continuously tell him Sasuke had the intent to kill, Naruto did not. Naruto had to go full power without the intent to kill, while Sasuke was doing both. So if you don't have the intent to kill, you're clearly going to have to stalemate with this man because you don't want to kill him. But if Naruto wanted to kill Sasuke, oh yeah, it would have been a wrap. And then we got to also remember that Sasuke did take power that wasn't his. I don't care if you say, well, the tail beast, that was his 6-path powers. When he got all those tail beasts, those were the 6-path imps. Just like Sasuke got his Rinnegan. So that was fair game. Now, when Sasuke took all those tail beast chakra, yeah, that wasn't his. But he needed all that to even be comp to Naruto. So, like, come on. This is easy. Now we're gonna be talking about the last movie. The last movie, we don't have very much feats, but we know that both of them got significantly stronger. Naruto got the second half of Kurama back. So yeah, Naruto got probably arguably stronger than what Sasuke did, because now Sasuke lost an arm, which definitely does hurt him, but he's a good swordsman, so it makes up for it. But it doesn't really change the fact that Naruto's still stronger. So yeah. And then I guess we can finish it off as them on adults. And just like the last in the final valley, it doesn't really change very much because Naruto was still stronger back then. Naruto still trains, he doesn't train as much as an adult now. I mean, neither does Sasuke, but Sasuke goes out on more missions. So you could say Sasuke is slowly catching up. But yeah, as an adult, before the whole before the whole Jigen and that whole bear mode thing, I still think Naruto is stronger. Now I don't really know, because now Naruto just has the Sage mode. Sasuke only has one Mangekyo. So it honestly could be just like how when they were young, that Sage Naruto is still stronger than one EMS Sasuke. We don't even know. Like, Sasuke probably can't even use the Susanoo anymore, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. It's gonna be. We'll talk about that one in another video, because that definitely is a more interesting one. We need more manga chapters before we can talk about that one. But I think that's gonna wrap the video up right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you disagree with me on any of these, then please leave it down in the comment section below. I'd love to see you guys' opinions, see which ones you think that people that either Naruto or Sasuke should have won that I didn't give it to them. And to end off the battle, it seems as if, let me tally up the points. Naruto had 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. He had 6 and 7. Naruto had 7 dubs, and Sasuke had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. No, he had 6. He had 6. And depending on what you want to take for the EMS versus KCM Sage mode, and the Rasen Shuriken Naruto versus the Orochimaru Absorb Sasuke, one of them can get an extra point. Sasuke can honestly tie it up if you give him one of those dubs. But if you give one person, honestly, if you get Naruto a dub out of those two, he wins. If you give Sasuke 2 dubs, he wins. If you give them both 1 dub, Naruto still finds a way to win. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.